Back in October, Motorola released two new flagship phones flying the RAZR banner. Today I've got the RAZR HD. It's the more substantial of the two in size and strength, comes packed with the best Motorola has to offer and a few key features that will help ease this phone into consumers' pockets. Let's take a look. The RAZR HD is uniquely Motorola. The backplate again features their signature DuPont Kevlar fibre, giving it added strength but mostly a distinct textured appeal. The phone is thickest at its top end, tapering slightly toward the bottom, but is far less obtrusive and noticeable than the likes of the RAZR V. It feels very soft and grippy, and a slight rounded contour make it pleasant in hand, which is a stark contrast to the tough aluminium band running along the side of the phone, housing the inputs and ports. This band breaks up the design and makes it seem thicker than its mere 8.4mm. The lock and volume rocker feel a little abrasive on touch and very different to the standard plastic buttons of today. The left side of the phone houses the SIM card and micro SD card slots tucked away, and charging port and micro HDMI output are side by side. The front face hints at the iconic RAZR angular edges, and the screen is very deep and dark, melding with the bezel. There are no capacitive buttons, just a 1.3 megapixel camera at the top, next to a neat notification light underlying the Motorola branding. Overall, its build is impressively strong, and splash guard protection means it will handle every kind of spill. While it is a little weighty, it never weighed me down. But I was slowed a little by its performance. It falls short of the quad-core standard set by other top-tier phones, with only a Snapdragon dual-core 1.5GHz CPU and 1GB of RAM. The flow was occasionally staggered and jittery, which was disappointing. Transition animations between home pages and loading widgets appears just that little bit slower than I've come to appreciate from the likes of the Galaxy S3 or the HTC One X. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a jarring experience, but evident that it needed more fire in its belly. The RAZR HD could still handle quite a large workload, and fortunately gaming didn't suffer. The Adreno GPU held its own and provided a very smooth experience. Available internal memory is capped at 12GB but expandable by another 32. Data speeds are superb thanks to 4G LTE, and call quality was top notch, and inclusion of NFC makes bumping around data a breeze. A key feature of the RAZR HD is the larger than average battery. It is quoted as an all-day phone, which I will back. It isn't the powerhouse the RAZR Max HD is, but I was able to get a little more than 8 hours of continuous HD movie playback at full brightness. The main point of differentiation between the RAZR M and the RAZR HD is the screen. The HD comes packing a 4.7-inch 720x1280 display with exceptional pixel density comparable to other high-end phones. The viewing angles are excellent, brightness very adequate, and colour reproduction was spot on. I really appreciated the depth of blacks and saturation of colours, despite not utilising Motorola's Colour Boost technology. The RAZR HD is running Android Ice Cream Sandwich out of the box, but is beginning its transition to Jelly Bean very soon. While it is a fairly untouched native form by comparison to other companies, Motorola does make some choice decisions that I did question. The default lock screen is the standard Motorola 4-way key with set unlock options in the form of phone book, messages, camera, or swipe to unlock. This then took me to the home pages. On first use, I was brought to a page that prompted me to add either a home page by blank or by template. This is rather than forcing consumers to open into a Motorola defined experience, only to tear it to pieces later. I thought it was nice. I gave a swipe to the side to see if any other pages were there by default per chance, and I found a page of quick settings. I added pages and moved apps and widgets in, only to discover that these two pages are fixed part of the home screen interface. Yes, it makes it easy for newcomers to easily edit everything, but it disjoints the home screen experience. I think this has been delivered better in other overlays, and something I would be keen to see avoided in the future. Everything else comes standard for Android. Very little bloatware is present, which is always nice. Notification menu and multitasking are familiar and streamlined, and on-screen home and back buttons straddle the base of the screen. Smart Actions are front and center again, and is a feature I really adore. Setting rules is simple, and it works very effectively thanks to a rich and thorough list of controls. I found having a favorites page in the app drawer wasted space as I organise my home pages for that purpose, but perhaps others make good use of it. The vibrant, large and sharp display makes the RAZR HD a fantastic video companion. You'll be wanting to watch very high quality videos on here because they look so beautiful. I spent a lot of time using the HD as a media server, projecting data across to my smart TV. But Motorola also gives you the option of using the micro HDMI port, which is great for the business class of consumers. Sound quality was superb even on the phone, and the speaker located at the back is positioned nicely that I never obstructed the sound when holding the device. The rear 8-megapixel camera took sharp, well-detailed photos, but the auto exposure left a lot to be desired, and it certainly paid to manually find a focus point to produce a better exposure. Photos were also cursed with a blue tinged grain that affected every shot. Purposefully, the RAZR HD stands apart in a few key areas. The big beautiful display, large battery, robust design and latest connectivity and data technology make it a great companion for the productive community. It needs to be given a workout, otherwise you are wasting what the RAZR HD has to offer. It's still very sleek, even though it looks a little unwieldy due to the mixed case elements that individually preface a beautiful phone, but together make it look larger and thicker than what it actually is. While a quad-core processor might have had a greater benchmark and sales impact, it would have placed Motorola's flagship device in a price bracket it probably would have had very little success. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Kurt from KABOOtech. Thanks for watching.